All right. We are live now on YouTube for POS News. I think this is the fifth time I'm doing this. Um, Originally, I was doing this on Fridays, but I think I'm just going to have it like every Monday in between POS Podcast, just to have a stream in between those. Um, rather than having it like try to have it like every Friday. Um, but yeah, there's going to be PS News. The reason I actually didn't have it this past Friday was because part of the hurricane was here, so it knocked out our power. It was just like a lot of rain for us in North Carolina. So it wasn't like too bad. It just knocked out our power for the night, so we couldn't do anything until the next day. Um, but yeah, I've decided I'm gonna do like PS News for like every Monday in between the POS podcast. So we can just do it like that. Um, it's also started to get cold. Here, like I went out today to go to the post office to get my new glasses, which they don't look that different. They're slightly blue, but you can't really tell that on camera. At least not on this webcam. If you see them like up close, you can. And I also got like sunglasses, which is the first time I've ever had prescription sunglasses, which is pretty neat. I'll definitely be using those across like conventions and stuff. But yeah, it was kind of like chilly today with the it was like in the 50s or all day. But now I'm getting kind of warm because like I just started the show and we finally put the heating on for the house since it's been on like AC like since probably April. Um, so it's the first time we've had actually to put on the heating since fall started. Um, but anyway, we're gonna talk about a bunch of different things today, as far as like trailers and news stuff. Um, the first thing I did want to talk about though is that I've been streaming a lot more. I've been streaming a lot more on Twitch and stuff. So I actually put up a schedule of things that I'm gonna do this week, which I'll put up right here. Um, this is the schedule I'm gonna have for streams. Um, where there's gonna be streams on YouTube as well as Twitch. Um, the streams on YouTube are just gonna be like the regular things like POS podcast and the POS news thing, which is this where it's usually just me. But POS podcast is with the other co-hosts. And POS news is like the smaller stuff, like trailers and like smaller news or whatever. And then POS podcast is going to be stuff where it's like we'll go over like reviews of things and like some of the bigger topics. But yeah, on Tuesday I'm going to do a work stream. So tomorrow I'm going to try to finish my review of Make Your Mark since that came out last week. I'm going to do like a PNG tuber debut. When I'm streaming on YouTube, I'm just going to be on webcam. But if I'm streaming on Twitch, I'm probably just going to use the PNG tuber thing. Just because I don't want to have to like try to look nice every time. Because I like to be clean shaven when I'm on camera. And with a PNG tuber, I don't have to. So that's literally like one of the only reasons I wanted to start doing it, is so I didn't have to like try to look nice every time. And also it's just kind of fun. And for that I might actually try to do the that Make Your Mark like Roblox thing that they posted up. I think that'd be fun to like mess around in. Then Thursday Splatoon 3, we'll just play some of that. And then on Friday on Twitch, I'll do some of Metroid Dread. Because the anniversary is on October 8th, and unfortunately, I will not be here October 8th because I'm going to a family reunion with my mom. So I'm gonna do a 12-hour stream, like beating through going through the game like at least 3 times before the anniversary hits. And I know I can do it because like I can beat the game sub 3 hours. So I figured like doing something like that would be fun. Um. Also, I just noticed. Kevin, you did like the easy emo. I don't know if I can still. Oh no, I can't do it on OBS. I'd have to like change it. Because I use Streamlabs for Twitch, but I use like OBS for the YouTube stuff. Um, But anyway, yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm gonna try to like stream more often. If this works out like this week with like doing these streams, I'm gonna try to do it next week as well. Um, but anyway, let's get into new stuff. Um, and if you want to ask questions like at the second half of the show, usually this show goes on for goes a lot quicker than POS Podcast because I usually like do PS News in like an hour or so. Um, but if you still want to ask questions though, you can still send in a super chat or whatever, or I'll just answer questions that are in um in the chat, so you wouldn't need to do a super chat. So let's start with some trailers. The first one, we had a teaser trailer for Sonic Prime, and I feel like they're not really showing that much with Sonic Prime, because I know they were showing like very like small teasers of like different characters that are in the show. We saw a lot more of like the animation and how it's gonna look in this trailer, but it feels like it's still like, oh, it's still this like Green Hill Zone area, and that's it. It just feels like this one location. I still think it looks good as far as like animation goes. And we see like Eggman and Shadow and stuff. But it comes out like sometime this winter. We still don't have a release date for it. So we'll see. I know I've heard good things about Frontiers. So that'll be interesting when that comes out. I don't know if this is going to come out like the same time or if it's going to come out afterwards. They did say winter, so that could mean like late December or January for whenever this comes out. The next trailer, Strange World had a new trailer, and it reveals more characters and stuff of like the main character the Jake Gyllenhaal character trying to find his dad that went missing, I guess, when he was a kid. And I still really like the look of this movie, mainly because it does remind me a lot of Alien Planet, which was that like Discovery documentary that came out like in the 2000s, which is based on a book actually called Expedition, which is about like this fictional expedition to an alien planet. So that's what this reminds me of. Though I don't know if it's like Strange World is like an alien planet or if it's like some kind of weird like Hollow Earth type of thing, because they said they were like down there, so it might be like some kind of Hollow Earth kind of thing, kind of like in Kong versus Godzilla, or Godzilla versus Kong. So I am excited to see this. It comes out in November, around Thanksgiving. Next, there was a trailer for The Last of Us. We did get a little teaser for it, but now we get like a full trailer showing like how the show is going to look and everything. We got a little image of one of the clickers, which does look like very much like what they look like in the games. Pedro Pascal is playing Joel, and I forgot the actress's name, but she was in Game of Thrones. As that one like kid warrior character, or she was like the ruler over her like clan or whatever, but she's playing Ellie, and I played through Last of Us once back when it came out in 2013. I haven't gone to revisit it or anything. I do have it like the remastered version on PS4. But I think for like any kind of Bella Ramsey, that's the actress's name. Also the voice of Hilda. Oh, interesting. But yeah, this I think I've always said that like video games lend itself better to series than movies. So and this does look like it'll probably be pretty good. Unlike the Halo series, the Halo series unfortunately was not very good. Or the Resident Evil series on Netflix, man. And that was a live action one. I noticed that a lot of like animated video game series ended up being good, like Edge Runners and Castlevania. But this I think it looks good. We'll see when it comes out. But it seems like it's following like the game story pretty well. And like I said, following it as a series just makes sense. Um, Next, Halloween ends. But we all know that's not going to be the end because it's friggin' Halloween. It's a horror franchise. It's never going to end. Um, just like any other horror franchise. Um, so with this, uh, I did watch the 2018 Halloween and I did watch Halloween Kills. Um, but for this, Halloween Ends. I mean, it looks fun enough. Um, I'll probably watch it since I watched Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills. I don't really have much to say about it other than I'm probably gonna watch it. I might watch it with Jax or something at some point. I'm sure he's going to see it in theaters, but I'll probably just watch it at home at some point. I probably won't go watch it in theaters. Um. All right. Uh. Next, this one I'm really excited about. This comes out November 11th, and that's My Father's Dragon, which is the next Cartoon Saloon movie. Not one directed by Tom Moore. It's from the same director of The Breadwinner this time. And let's see, what was her name again? Her name is, let's see, yeah, Nora Toomey. Yeah, she directed The Breadwinner, and this is her next movie from Cartoon Saloon. It looks great. I really like the way it looks. The unfortunate thing is that I don't like the way that the dragon sounds. But like as the trailer was going on, because like the dragon when he first showed up and I heard his voice, I was like, oh, he sounds annoying. But as the trailer went on, he sounded less annoying. So I have a feeling that's probably gonna be like how I feel about like that character in the movie. But for it's Cartoon Saloon, so I'm sure it's gonna be great. It already looks amazing as far as like visually. Cartoon Saloon put out like some of the best like 2D modern animated features. So yeah, that's gonna be on Netflix on November 11th. Um. All right. Next is so this is very interesting. It's a documentary called "I Love You, You Hate Me," and it's about Barney and how Barney went through a lot of weird, very strange controversy, but on a very strange like not controversy, but like there was a lot of hate for Barney. Like, and I remember it too because like I was a kid in the 90s. Um, and apparently like there's like a whole story about like how much hate Barney got in the 90s. Um, and that's what this documentary follows. And I'm very interested to see it since it's something that I did grow up with. Because Barney came out when I was like a little kid. And like I love dinosaurs, so of course I was gonna like Barney as a kid. Um, but then like as I got older, I was like, no, Jurassic Park is cool. Um, but I'm very intrigued by this documentary. And it'll be interesting to see what the people have to say in all the interviews and stuff. Uh, let's see. Next thing. Uh, this is man, what was it called? Uh, Suzume. Yeah, it's called Suzume. Crap. Suzume something something. No Tojimari. That's the full name of the film. But it's the next Makoto Shinkai movie, which he directed Your Name, Garden of Words, those like beautiful looking movies. I think the most recent one was Weathering with You, which I did watch for the first time last year. Suzume Locking Up the Doors. Is that like the English name? But yeah, it's still it looks really good. As far as like visually goes. Um, from what I can gather from the from the trailer is that there's this guy that turns into a chair, and that's that's pretty much like what I gather from the trailer here. Um, but yeah, I'm excited to see this because like I've liked all his Makoto Shinkai's films. I still think Your Name's the best one. But yeah, I am excited to see this one as well. Um, then next we have the next Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer, which showed a lot of new stuff in this. We got a full reveal of Shuri in the Black Panther suit. Um, we got a look at Ironheart in the trailer. We got a full look of Namor, and apparently they kept Namor's little feet wings, uh, which look a little silly, but like I mean, like Marvel has like gone very fantastical in the last few years as far as like designs go. So it's like, oh, you can like kind of accept it. Um, but one thing I'm excited about is just seeing the Atlanteans and them working with like the animals and stuff. Because like I looked at like one shot in the trailer. There's an orca, and I was like, oh cool. There's there's gonna be an orca in this. But yeah, the last Wakanda Forever trailer was really good, and this one's also really good. Whoever's like making the trailers for this has been doing a really good job at it. But this like comes also November 11th, the same day as My Father's Dragon, which I'll probably go to see this in theaters, and then like watch My Father's Dragon on Netflix probably the same day. I don't really review live action movies anymore though. So I'll review like My Father's Dragon, but I'll talk about this on the podcast. All right. Next, I got this trailer just came out today. Blue's Clues is getting a movie for the first time. It's not theatrical though. It's just going to be on Paramount Plus. But I've never really watched many like preschool like targeted movies other than I did watch the Paw Patrol movie last year just to watch it because it was on Paramount Plus. And it was like it was weird. It was it felt like it was like anti-cat propaganda. But this looks cute enough, and it also has like the previous like people that were in Blue's Clues in it, so it could be nostalgic for people. So yeah, it's just gonna be on Paramount Plus. It looks cute enough. All right, I think that's the last trailer. So let's go into news. Grand Theft Auto 6 leaked. I'm showing Grand Theft Auto 5 because people have been getting like strikes and stuff for showing anything for Grand Theft Auto 6. But it was weird because like there was like a bunch of it that leaked, as far as like videos and stuff, and it's confirmed that like, oh yeah, it's gonna be in Vice City. There's gonna be like the two protagonists. That's kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde type of situation. So like all those rumors about like what Grand Theft Auto 6 was gonna be about, were true. What was weird is seeing the reaction to the leak, because it seems like Grand Theft Auto has like such a big fan base that the normies found out, and they found out like, oh, this is how game development goes. It doesn't look perfect to begin with. Like, there are people saying like, oh, the graphics are the first thing that's finished in a game. It's like, no, it ain't. It is not. Because there was like a bunch of placeholders and stuff in the videos. So you could tell it was like, oh yeah, this is like very early build for the game. But yeah, it was a lot of people like just calling it fake, but like I mean, a lot of the stuff was like taken down pretty quickly. But the guy who actually leaked this also leaked like some other stuff. He was like I think he was like 17 years old in the UK, and he was arrested. Like Rockstar like did not stop like trying to find this guy. But yeah, he was arrested for leaking all that information. But it was very just very interesting to see like when this happened and like the reactions to it. and like how people just don't really understand game development. Um, but yeah, it's I don't know when Grand Theft Auto 6 is gonna come out. I'm guessing it'll probably be sometime in like 2024 or 5. Um, but yeah, there were a lot of people that were assuming that Grand Theft Auto 6 was like completely like in development since Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, but no. I mean, the last game they made was Red Dead Redemption 2, and that came out in 2019, so it was probably like sometime after that. So some of this stuff that leaked um was probably, or 2019 or 2018. I think it was 2018. Um but yeah, games take a long time to make. And this is like one of the biggest franchises in the world as far as gaming goes. So it's gonna take a while. But yeah, and also game development, like, it takes a long time. um, Especially for a big game like this, it's huge. Like Grand Theft Auto 5 was like literally the biggest like media property for like as far as a launch goes. When it came out. Um, all right, some other stuff here. Let's talk about Illumination. Um, and how they're making an adult animation studio. Um, and this adult animation studio is called Moonlight Pictures. And it actually has a former or Moonlight, yeah, it's just called Moonlight. I don't think it's called Moonlight Pictures. But Mike Moon is the head of it, and he used to be the head of the adult animation at Netflix. So it's very interesting that Illumination is like tapping in to somebody for adult animation, because I know that like Jim, my friend Jim Gisrael on YouTube, he went over these weird shorts that Illumination made at one point, and they're like completely different from like whatever the Illumination usually makes. It's very, very interesting. But I am interested to see what Illumination does with this new adult animation studio. I'm not sure if they're going to do feature films or if they're going to do like animated series instead. It'd be interesting to see what they do. I'm not sure if we're going to see anything from it until like a couple of years from now. But it's interesting that they decided to like make the studio. I'm still very scared for the Mario teaser this week. Like I hope it looks good. That's my main concern, is that I hope it like it looks like Mario, because like Nintendo's like very strict about how Mario looks. So we'll see. Like I said, we probably won't hear anything about the adult animation side of Illumination and for a couple of years. All right, next, let's go over the Final Space stuff. So, Final Space was erased from existence. So they took it off HBO Max. They took it off like every streaming service. I think it might still be available to stream on Netflix right now, but I think that's it. But the thing is, they took it off of digital storefronts, which is weird. And like, even if you had it, like if you had it like through Amazon or whatever, if you bought the like the seasons on Amazon, you can't watch them, because there's like, oh no, you can't stream it, because the digital rights are gone. And that sucks. Like that sets a precedent for digital media going forward, as far as like buying digital media. So it's very it makes the argument for like, oh yeah, this is why piracy exists, is because of shit like this that happens. So yeah, it's very unfortunate. I'll be honest though, I have never watched Final Space. I've heard it's very good. I'll probably watch it at some point, though I guess not through any of these like means that it was on. And also, it never got a physical release for its third season. Um, which is also unfortunate because like if you had like the first season and second season, like you have those physically, you're always going to have those. But the third season, I mean, there's no physical release of that. And from what I've heard, the third season also ended on a cliffhanger, so like it's also kind of unfinished. So definitely feel for this, and also the like other shows that were taken off. Because like a similar thing happened with Infinity Train after the whole HBO Max Discovery debacle. Um, and speaking of which, there's another thing that went on because of this, or not because of this, but like it's continuing this saga of Warner Brothers Discovery. And they're facing a lawsuit, alleging inflated HBO Max numbers, from their investors, from their shareholders. Uh, it was of like inflated numbers to like make the merger go through with Discovery. Which is it's just like it sounds very complicated. As far as for me to explain it. Um, but that's weird. I don't know what's going to happen to. I don't know what's going to happen to Warner Brothers Discovery if this like lawsuit does something. Um, but yeah. It says the lawsuit alleges Warner Brothers Discovery and its top executives, Chief Executive David Zaslav and Chief Financial Officer Gunnar Weidenfels, violated the Securities and Exchange Commission laws by allowing misleading statements to be contained in the merger registration documents and prospectus. So I don't know if that means like, oh, do they become separate companies again, or does something else happen, or do they just like start going further down the hole? I have no idea what's gonna happen with this. It's gonna be very very. It's it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens. I just hope that like the stuff that was being worked on, or the stuff that like still exists, that it can have somewhere to actually like exist as art. Um, it seems like a lot of these uh like corporate people or whatever, they don't care about like the art existing. Um, I just I just wish like that art could exist for art's sake. Um, like especially something that I like as much as animation. And it's just very unfortunate for Final Space and Infinity Train and like all those other shows. But we'll just have to see what happens. Um, all right. Next thing. Uh, let's talk about Community. Is actually getting a movie. For Peacock. Um, so there's that joke in Community about like 6 seasons in a movie. Apparently they want to do that. Do that. As far as like having a movie. And it's having Dan Harmon coming back. And bringing back the stars that are signed on for this movie. But right now they don't know if Nicole Brown or Donald Glover are coming back yet, or maybe for at least like a cameo or whatever. I did start watching Community like a couple of years ago. I've only gone like 2 seasons in, but I think the show is very funny. I would enjoy like a movie though. That would be pretty fun. And it would be on Peacock. Since that's what NBC Universal owns. Some other movie news announcements. Um, Figment. Apparently, Figment's getting a movie. For those of you who don't know, Figment is a character, basically a theme park character, that is pretty much the mascot for like Epcot, as far as I'm aware. Because I don't know much about Figment. I just know that people really like him. For the people that know him. Um, But this would be interesting to see something based on like a theme park mascot, and also to get more people to be aware of this character. But yeah, they're gonna who? Yeah, yeah. Figment. So yeah, it says it's getting the feature treatment from Dan Hernandez, Benji Samit, and Point Grey. Um, yeah. So which apparently yeah, Dan Hernandez and Benji Samit they wrote Detective Pikachu. Um, at least that's what this article says. So I'm not sure if it would be like a live action movie or like a animated movie or just some kind of hybrid between the two. Um, so we'll see what they do with that. I'm not an expert on the theme park stuff for Disney. Um, but yeah, we'll see what they do. Um, all right. Something I'm excited about. The next Planet of the Apes movie is called Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Um, and this is going to take place like years after the trilogy, the War of the Planet of the Apes. It's going to be following different like characters and stuff because if you've seen the trilogy, you know what happens to like the main character at the end. Um, but I really enjoyed the Rise, Dawn, and War of the Planet of the Apes. That trilogy is like one of the best like reboot or prequel trilogies to exist. Um, I don't think nearly enough people talk about them because they're really really good. Um, so I'm excited to see what they do with this because like that trilogy ended like in a very like a, a a very good way to where like it sets up like what the Planet of the Apes is. So yeah, Planet of the Apes: Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I'm excited for this. I think it'll be good. Like all the Planet of the Apes movies, at least these new ones have been very good. And this is going to come out in 2024, and this like starts production like next month. Um, or next month as in this month because this article was last month. Um, but yeah, I'm excited for it. All right. Uh, last couple things. Armor Wars. This was going to be a show on Disney Plus, following Don Cheadle or War Machine. Um, and it was going to be a show on Disney Plus, but then they decided, oh, you know what? Let's make it a movie. So this is going to be a movie instead. Um, I think this is the first time they've had it to where like a show became a movie. They've had it to where a movie became a show before, like with Hawkeye. Because Hawkeye was originally going to be a movie, but then they changed it into a show. For this, it went the opposite direction. So, Armor Wars is going to be a movie now, rather than a show. Um, and that'll come out in a couple of years, I believe. Um, I think it's set for like 2024 maybe. Um, oh no, it says it's. Oh no, wait, no, that's the other show. I was looking at Secret Invasion. Um, but yeah, that's more the MCU stuff. And speaking of that, the last bit of news here before I go into a little bit of Q&A. Um, Deadpool 3 was announced by Ryan Reynolds, and the way he announced it was just talking about like doing something special for the sequel, and also like being part of the MCU, I guess. And how he announced it is like, oh yeah, Hugh Jackman is gonna play Wolverine one last time, which is exciting to see. But also it's kind of weird because it's like, oh, Logan was like a very good way to like end Hugh Jackman playing that character. So I guess we'll see what they have to do. some kind of like time travel thing, maybe. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, Deadpool 3, with Wolverine in it. Um, and this is going to come out. Uh, oh, they didn't put a date. I don't know if there is a date in the trailer, because like it links to in the document, it links to just the tweet with the video. But yeah, Deadpool 3. It'll be interesting to see what they do. I'm wondering if like it'll come out the same time the game that Insomniac is making comes out. Because yeah, that'll be out on PS5. But anyway, I'm gonna put on some music here, and then we'll go into just some Q&A, just relaxing for a bit. So let me go ahead and do that. Put on this music. Then I'll just talk with you guys a little bit. About anything that I just went over as far as like the new stuff goes. Or questions about the streams that I'm gonna be doing, or just anything. Just to chill. I'll go ahead and say on Twitter here that we're just chilling. Alright, let me tell Twitter. News done, now just chilling. Nimba Prince, asking, any big thoughts on the demise of Stadia and its games? Oh yeah, I didn't put that in the news. Yeah, it's expected. Like, like when I heard the news about it, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. The interesting thing is that they actually refunded everybody, which I wouldn't expect them to do, but I guess they're like, oh, this was such a massive failure as far as like people signing up for it or whatever, that they're just like, oh yeah, here's all your money back for the games you purchased. The unfortunate thing is that a lot of developers were not told about this. So that's very unfortunate. Do you think Norio Comic-Con they will announce a new streaming home for Gumball movie at the Cartoon Network panel? I hope the Gumball movie like gets somewhere. Like, I would say probably Hulu might be the most likely place for the Gumball movie, because I know a lot of like different Cartoon Network shows are on there, and they have like Animaniacs on Hulu. So yeah, I think Hulu might be the home for a lot of the Cartoon Network stuff. That's hilarious. A fan-made image of Disney's Dragon Ball. I have not seen that. Disney's Dragon Ball? I have not seen that before. Hold on. What the? I'm seeing multiple different images here. I'm not sure exactly which one you're talking about, but they all look funny. At least Google is trying to refund people, something I think OnLive tried to do. Yeah. The thing about OnLive too, and like that was like being made like 10 years ago. And right now, Google Stadia is like, it still doesn't have like the infrastructure for something like this to work. Like, I literally, I just had my internet come back, or not come back, but like fixed to where it would stop cutting out, because apparently there was something about like the hertz that was interfering with like with my modem and stuff over here at the house, where it was like outputting like too much or whatever, so it always like cut out like randomly. So hopefully like streams won't cut out again. And I haven't had any the internet cut out like since that was fixed. The thing is, the speed still isn't up to where it should be. Because I should be getting like up to like 300 megabits like per second. Like I should be getting up to 300. But I barely get over like 30. And also my my upload speed is crap. It's only like 10. And I need upload speed to be a lot better to stream. I can still stream fine, like this and everything, but it should be a lot more. See, ping with the Discord a Disney Goku image. Okay, if you have it in like the POS Podcast server, you can just post it in there, and I'll look at it. Why are people being so critical and insane over the Dream face reveal? I think it just comes with being as big as Dream is. It's just, when you're that big, you're always going to get criticism. Like, he's got, what, like, something like 22 million subscribers or something? It's a lot. And also, like, you have, like, both sides of the coin, when you're that big. Is like, you have a lot of people who like you and a lot of people who hate you. So it just comes with the territory of being that big. Anyone seen the season 6 premiere of My Hero Academia? I haven't watched yet. I haven't caught up with season 5. I need to catch up with season 5. There's a lot of anime I need to catch up with. I did recently finish season 2 of Made in Abyss. And there's a bunch of stuff that premiered over the weekend that I wanna watch. I want to finish Spy Family, because I watched like the first 6 episodes of that, and I really enjoyed it. So I need to finish that so I can start watching season 2 as well. Or is it season 2 or is it a continuation? I don't know. Because I don't know if there was like a hiatus or something that they did. I know when we do POS Podcast on Monday, I'm not sure if there's any like thing major coming out this week. Any thoughts on Crunchyroll debacle with the subtitles and translator struggles? Oh yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because there was like that one voice actor that had the that was part of the union that Crunchyroll's like, no. Man, that sucks for the actors. Okay, yeah, I did see the Dragon Ball thing. I'm saying it for a real Disney movie. Because technically Fox owns the movie rights to some of the Dragon Ball films, so they thought it looked realistic. That's pretty funny. We'll keep going for like until the hour is up, because that's what I usually do with these POS news streams. Let's see. Mobs VA. Yeah. Which is this song? Oh, this is from the Tomodachi Life stuff. Hope the Dragon Ball doesn't get used by Disney. Already weird that Disney licenses the new Bleach anime and a few others. They're licensing the new Bleach anime? Huh. I know, like, some people I know that are very, excited for the new Bleach. I never really watched Bleach. I think Dragon Ball is, like, the only big, like, of like the big four that I've seen. Because there's like, you know, Dragon Ball, One Piece, Bleach, Naruto. Like those are like the big four. And Dragon Ball's the only one I've actually seen. Like I've seen episodes of the others, like, you know, on TV or whatever, but like I never got invested. How do you feel about Bluey? Season 3C is about to be out soon with the Halloween episode. I've never watched Bluey. I know that a lot of people like it, and I know it's like mainly for a younger audience. But it looks cute enough. But I never really had interest in watching it though. They got the streaming rights, I mean. Oh, okay. Yeah, but Hulu is the one simulcasting it. Well, Disney owns like the majority of Hulu now. Since they own Fox, they own like a majority of Hulu. That's why Hulu's like a part of the that Disney Plus bundle. Oh yeah. I want to show you guys my sunglasses. I did post the picture on Twitter, but might as well show it like in motion. I'll be blind for a minute here. Whoop. There we go. There you can see my OBS in the screen, like, because they are like slightly mirrored. Like you can kind of see like my eyes right here, but like if there's something in front, like I have the sunglasses. I can still see things like very clearly. It's just, you know, dimmer. Yeah, I like the way these look. They're very nice. I've never had prescription sunglasses before, so. I'll just keep them on for the rest of the stream. You'll be able to see like what's the OBS here. Whoop. You'll be see the YouTube studio in the reflection. Let's see. Yeah, gone for like 12 more minutes. Oop. I'm trying to think of like, because I'm gonna be doing the Twitch streams for the rest of this week, just like the work stream tomorrow. The let's see, the PNG Tuber debut on Wednesday, and Splatoon 3 on Thursday, and then Metroid Dread on Friday. Which I'll do like a marathon stream for Metroid Dread. If I was forced to, would I rather watch Day of the Dead or Fighting Jesus? I watched neither. I let Saber suffer through those alone. But I don't know, man. Which one's shorter? That's the question. Which one is shorter? What do I think of the leaked GTA 6 footage if I saw it? Yeah, I did speak about it earlier, but I didn't talk about like how I felt about it. I mean, it looks like GTA to me. That's all I really have to say about it. Have I heard Diana Ross's Turn Up the Sunshine by New Minions Rise of Grunge soundtrack? What? Rise of Grunge soundtrack? That's strange. I'm gonna look that up real quick. Rise of Grunge soundtrack. So let me take my sunglasses off now. Oh. I do really like the way those look, though. Any thoughts on the Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared series? I do want to watch that. I'll probably watch that before the podcast next week, so we can talk about it. Because I know Tom's watched it as well. Someone actually leaked the footage of the premiere of Chainsaw Man episode 1 on Twitter. I was stupid enough to at Crunchyroll to allow him to see it. That's funny. I do want to watch Chainsaw Man. I think that looks really cool. Oh, everything's so bright now after putting off my sunglasses. Probably because I have the ring light here. Because I have the ring light that does all this stuff. Oh. I have it like behind the camera with the little controls. Yeah, there's a lot of anime coming out this season. Oh yeah, I don't have this on the right setting. Yeah, that's better. That light doesn't hurt my eyes as much. Yeah, I was surprised when I was looking at the anime coming out. I was like, oh, that is a lot that's coming out this this season. A new Urusei Yatsura anime. Let's see what is that one? Oh yeah. Yeah, that with the like with the leopard like bikini or whatever. I didn't know there was a new one coming out. Or the tiger bikini. Because it's got stripes. Here we go. Is made by the legend Rumiko Takahashi. Oh. Where's this one from? Oh, this is from Sin and Punishment. I'd like to play through like some of my like favorite games on Twitch at some point. Like make a list of which ones I want to play through. I mean, I'm already gonna do that with Metroid Dread because like I love that game. New adaptation and being done by the same studio that did the recent JoJo anime. Oh, interesting. That'll be pretty cool then. Man, Grumpy was attacking fast. Gru. Oh, you meant because I was like Rise of Grunge. Like, what are you talking? You meant Rise of Gru. Okay, yeah, yeah. That's pretty funny. I recognize this song. This is Kirby. Alright. There's a Rise of Grunge. It'd be somewhat more interesting to see that film. Yeah. That'd be funny. What would that fellow grew in his like his late 20s or something? It'd be like Rue in his 20s, I believe, because like if Rue like was a kid in the 70s, he'd be like in his 20s, in the 90s, he'd be like in a grunge band. That'd be hilarious. Temple of the Dog. Let's see. Thoughts on Overwatch 1's shutdowns of its online services. It seems a bit premature, though. I think it's just like, oh, they want to get everybody to go to Overwatch 2. And like even Overwatch 2, I look at it, I was like, this looks very similar to Overwatch 1. So I guess it just seemed kind of like an update to Overwatch 1. But yeah, I guess it makes sense why they're doing it, even though like they said before they were going to keep them up. So I don't know. I haven't played a Blizzard game in a long time. Alright, I'm probably gonna finish up here. I want to show the schedule again. Let me see. I'll put it above me real quick. Whoa. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's the schedule I'm gonna have for streams. So yeah, for Monday, we just did that the POS news stream. Then tomorrow I'm gonna be working on the Bubble Pony Maker Mark review. I'll probably just do the editing while I'm streaming, because I'm gonna record and like finish up the writing and recording before I stream. Then on Wednesday I'll do the like PNG tuber debut, just showing off the model, and I might do the the pony Roblox thing. Then Thursday doing some Splatoon 3, and then the marathon stream on Friday going through Metroid Dread. To celebrate the 1-year anniversary of that, because I love Metroid a lot, and I've played Metroid Dread 17 times. So playing it 3 times in the same day to get it up to 20 times I've played it. Like I'm not like the best at like speedrunning and everything, but any kind of game. I've been able to beat the game in under 2.5 hours. But I'm usually like under like 3 hours for being Metroid Dread, and that's still like on the high end as far as like speed runs go, because like people have gotten it under to like an hour and a half, and that's like doing like sequence breaking stuff. And I'm not good at doing sequence breaking, because there's like some like glitches and stuff you gotta try to do, but like I'm not good at that. I'm also not patient enough to like practice that. So I'm just gonna like go through it like casually, of like going through rookie mode, normal, and hard. Not dread mode though, because like dread mode that actually takes a while. Because like you get hit once, you're dead. So that's a bit more difficult to pull off. So I'm gonna just do like rookie, normal and hard. But yeah, might be able to do 4 times, but I'm anticipating going through it 3 times for that 12-hour stream, and like I'll have like a dinner portion in between sometime, like in the middle, probably around like 6 o'clock that day. But anyway, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for this week for my Twitch streams, and then like I'll probably do the same kind of thing next week with starting with a podcast on YouTube and then doing Twitch streams. Some with like where I'm working on videos, and then some where I'm just doing other stuff. But yeah, I should have that My Little Pony Make Your Mark review sometime on Wednesday. If I'm going to like finish it up on Tuesday night, I'll probably have it posted on Wednesday on my main channel. But anyway, thanks for coming out. And I'll see you on the next stream, whether it's on Twitch or on YouTube, or just see you in a video if I'm gonna post out a video. So bye everybody.